My name is Yuntow, if you didn't already know, and today I'll be casting, shoutcasting, color casting, whatever you want to call it, the Fangs of Garmr versus Kastarion's Guards. This is a Div C match, and has a lot of excitement to go along with it. Now, oh yeah, I always love casting these matches. These teams are great. I'm glad that they sought me out and wanted me to cast for their games. We'll try to do more for that during Blood League and Tournament Stars, so if you're interested in having a caster that is just going to be exciting or cheering on your triumphs and, limiting your defeats, I'm your homie. I got you. So Alpine Peaks, big old maps. We got Kappa over yonder. We got Epsi right here, and we got Sigma over there. Let's see what we're bringing. So first of all, we're going to be looking at Fangs of Garmr. We have Nisk in the Javelin 11F, Scar in the Hellspawn 9F. We have Glenchen in the Javelin 11F. We have Fritzer in the Hunchback 4SP, Leonidas in the Hellspawn. I keep saying Huntsman. Hellspawn 9F and the Hunchback 4SP for Hippity Juppity. All right, let's see what these mechs. Look at that: 5 small pulses, 2 SRM6s. We got 3 small pulses and 4 SRM6s. We have another, probably, 5 small pulses, 2 S6 Artemis, and we have another 3 pulses, 4 SRM6s. Cool to see some Hellspawns. We haven't definitely not seen enough. Probably seen the 11, 6 heavy machine guns, 6 heavy machine guns. Love the camo on Nis, though. Nis looking good. All right, now let's move over quickly to Kastarion's Guard, or Team 2 in this particular case. We have 3 Spider 5Ks by Kastarion, Zloy, and Javovi. We have a Crusader 16 by Dremzik, and we have an Osiris 1P from Gwentler. These spiders looking good. Kastarion is running 1 ER's laser, 4 heavy machine guns. Same thing for Zlo, and same thing for, oh, this is an Osiris. Let's check what the Osiris has got. Osiris has got 1 ER, so we got a little poke with a few machine guns. The Crusader in the back is probably running 2 ER lasers. Yes, it is, with 12 smalls. And I'm assuming McCore, ooh, good paint scheme, is also doing the exact same thing. And lastly, the spider in the back, 1 ERs, 4 heavy machine guns. So there we go. We got the builds. We got the positioning that's forming out. The spiders are taking a little bit of a high ground. Crusaders following it through. That's a pretty good spot for trying to stop a push. And it looks like this team is looking for brawl. We got our first artillery airstrike out in the field. It is an artillery strike. Little shaving of the paint. Hunchbacks did notice the positioning that was taken out, so they are moving. Fangs of Garmr not wanting to send artillery strike more than they would like to, which is understandable. All right, looks like, so it seems like Kastarion's Guard is fine with allowing this 2-cap lead for now. See if they can get any more pokes. But the thing is, for Fangs of Garmr, they don't actually have to do anything right now. It's in their best decision to let them come to them. Now, they could try to do some, I was going to say, if Kastarion's Guard wants to take advantage of it, they could try to swing far right, try to get some crossfire on those Hunchbacks and on those Hellspawns. And I think that might help them out quite a bit. Now, think with these mechs, the Crusaders are very scary. Even with the 2 large lasers, they still have a boat of small lasers. Looks like they're denying the pokes. We got an airstrike coming out. Oh, just close. Just missed it. We do hear the call from the Fangs of Garmr, so you do see these 2 light mechs off to the side. Now, as far as speed goes, the Spider and the Osiris should be able to outpace these mechs. Javelin Levs are definitely going to chase out. They will have, looks like, good overwatch from those large lasers. Oh, but they're not baited by it. They're actually going to go in for it. Kastarion's Guard does have a nice little split fire going on, so it's going to be a Fangs of Garmr to make the decision where they want to go and who they want to fight. We do see the 2 javelins jumping on Kastarion. UAV going out for Kastarion, so that way they can let them know. Those leg focus is what they kind of need. Taking out a mech early right now would be really strong. They are still getting overwatch fire from those long lasers. Looks like the Hunchbacks are trying to push into them. I do see a leg go down for the Hunchback. Kastarion should not be long for this world, and there we go. Now, we did already see 1 leg happen out, so this Hunchback 4SP is going to be lagged. It doesn't have jump jets, so it's not going to be able to get up there anytime soon. But these Hellspawns and their jump jets are moving in. Hippity Jippity also moving up. Leonidas and Scar not being afraid, going in hot. Now, against these Crusaders, that's still a lot of firepower coming out, so they're going to have to be very quick on their feet and try to focus the same targets as possible. Looks like there's a little bit of non-focus fire. Leonidas is actually taking the brunt of these Crusaders and Spiders. There we go. The Hellspawn and Hunchback have finally made it in. Fritz are trying to do their best to make it in as well. Look at all the UAVs on the map. Hippity is able to get one of the Crusaders. Now they're going to be focusing on the other one. Crusaders have a lot of firepower, but with some of the nerfs and how big those legs are, it's going to be hard to get that kill. Another Hunchback going down. We have Fritzer slowly but surely making themselves into the fray. The 2 javelins coming up as well after finishing up with the Osiris and Kastarion. One Crusader, the last Crusader has lost its leg. Right leg is still going, but the Javelins are in. And those Javelins will shred that structure, but not before being taken out. Nisk actually getting picked up from that Glenchen, going in, see if they can finish the Crusader before doing an excellent job shielding the arm. We have Glenchen, it's a 2v2 situation. Looks like Fangs Of Garmr are on the smallest part of it, but they have one last legged mech with a Spider 5K still feeling pretty fresh. Jabovi and their Spider 5K also feeling fresh. This mech is not long for this world. It's doing its best to shield arm, but with two people on both sides, can't shield both legs consistently. So, rip me. And there we go. So, love all the... You can't see them now, but look at all the mini-maps. Look at all those UAVs. Great destruction coming around. Fangs Of Garmr made a good push. They did go for the split, trying to make sure they could take out these two mechs, and those javelins and those kind of close combat brawls will usually triumph against anything, even if it has some like close combat weapons. But they sent the Hunchbacks, but good focus fire coming out of Kastarion's guard as they were able to leg at least one of the Hunchbacks, stalling that brawl push, even if it was just a little bit. And then as the Hellspawns were able to get here with the jump jets, the Hunchbacks were not able to do so, so they had to go over a little bit of a longer route. Again, just kind of ensuring that as the fight was happening, it was more of a 2v4 at all times, as opposed to a, what they probably wanted, which is a 4v4. And there we have it. Cap's going. Game is over. And we have our first victory for Kastarion's Guard. Huzzah, Kastarion's Guard. All right, for the teams, here's your match ID. There is it on the bottom, so don't forget it. All right, and then for the team stats, let's see who did some work. We have Mechwarrior, 438 damage in the Crusader 16. Well done and well fought. Good damage from everybody. And then from Fangs Of Garmr, not to be disappointed, 303 coming of Scarlet is what people in chat are telling me. So good job, Hellspawn, showing that Hellspawns cannot be underestimated. All right, here we go. Have fun. I love that. All right, so, we got some Hellspawn reaction time coming out of Kastarion's Guard as Jabovi, Gwentiller, and Tremzik are bringing their own Hellspawns. We have a Banshee, Lamanche. Oh, I've been wondering if the Banshee's going to make a play. A Corsair 7A and a Panther 8Z. I have to check this one. So this should have Gauss and ER PPC. Look at that. Big surprise. Are these small pulses SRM6s? No, small lasers, 2 SRM6s and 3 light PPCs. Well, oh, Jabovi winning. Ooh, looking good with that mech. Oh, baby. We have same kind of build. We got the Panther, 3 large lasers. I need to check that out. And I'm assuming the other Hellspawn running the exact same thing. Heck yeah. And Nova and the Corsair looking really good for the camouflage.
Whoa, look at that guy.
4 large lasers and 2 Gauss rifles. Now let's take a Fangs Of Garmr. We have the Spider 5B coming in. It's the Cap Accelerant Spider, 1 large laser. So a little bit of range already coming in of Long Fangs. We have a Blackjack 3 of 4 large laser. Another Blackjack 3 of 4 large laser. We have the Warmer 6S, 2 Gauss, 4 mediums. Soccer 5S coming to play. Looking good, Gil. Oh, loving that. 6 large lasers. And Duke Nito going for the actual camouflage of the map with also 6 large lasers. And there we go. With large has been announced. Shots are being fired. Now, the thing about the Banshee Lamanche, the kind of like the important note to make, is that it also shoots at 1,000 meters from this far. It can shoot and destroy quite effectively. So these Stalkers 5Ss, also having a very similar range profile with their 1,000 meters, will be doing, pretty good damage back, but Gotham Peepers is going to hurt. Corsair is probably going to be doing something similar with their damage. We had our first artillery strike being used. Not sure if that's actually what hurt Nova. But let's pay attention to what's kind of going on right here. So we already see that Theta Cap. We do see no movement towards Cap as of yet. They seem to be content to sit on Theta for the time being. We have Long Fangs a little bit in lead. Now, they have taken this huge stretch right here to see maybe if they can threaten Kappa, would be in my imagining. Or to get a little bit closer to the Banshee. Banshee taking a nasty airstrike. Still having armor all over. Spider 5E going in. Spider 5E has great jump jet, so he can take this Cap very quickly with Cap Accelerant quirks and the skill points to match. It's going to be up to that Banshee to hit him, but unfortunately, careful about that peeking. I mean, the Stalkers are doing a good job. Oh, we already have our first kill? Dr. Kara Karas actually killing that Banshee? Was that a headshot? It was a headshot! Oh, okay! That changes a lot. That's a huge amount of time to lose so early on. Given the Rangers from Fangs Of Garmr is so much more value out of that. That was Dr. Kara who did that shot. With the Gauss and ER medium lasers. They got in close and he went for it. Now, the Hellspawns are a little bit of danger because they don't have as much Overwatch as they did before. The Corsairs can be a little bit of pressed out as well. The Panther is taking a little bit of a beating. Looking good, Kastarion. By the way, your mech looks fantastic. We're hoping to use the light PPCs to put out enough fire and to put enough hits out there with the yellow lasers not being able to trade even to it. 60 yellow large laser. Ooh, left torso is open. Those gods and yellow lasers are doing a fantastic job. Gil is trying to get into cover. Now has a strike on their feet. Do they see it? Are they aware of it? I don't think so. It's not an airstrike. It's an artillery strike. Was an artillery strike by enough to take out good old Gil. I was going to say, even though Kastarion did lose that mech pretty early on, seems like they're doing okay. The light PPC method and strategy is working fairly well for them. Only person who's 70 is Kastarion because they're running 3 ear large lasers, which requires a little more face time. The Hellspawns can kind of get away with doing a little bit of poking. It looks like there is a little bit of decision of maybe pushing up. That Stalker is literally right above the 2. Demon Hunter, though, picking up Kastarion in the low ground. Demon Hunter running the Blackjack 3, the E-large lasers. So now with a 2-cap lead at Spider 5e doing it again, but look at these mechs. These mechs are crumbling under those light PPC weights down to 39% in this Warhammer. Another artillery strike going, and Dark Takara forced to go down, otherwise they may lose their mech to an unlucky artillery strike. The position is strong. These Hellspawns do have a good firepower. Looks like there might be a call to move up. Looks like the Corsair and Nova also had to drop and is just trying to move into a better position. CT'd open, 1 Gauss, 1 ER large laser. Or 2, 1 Gauss, 2 ER large lasers. But here comes the push, here comes the hit. Now, Duke Nito is running onto the other side, so hopefully they can actually get into a position where they can assist their teammates, but not also get forced back by the firepower. Gwendler knows that there's going to be a Stalker over here and found the Stalker. UAVs going out. Great use of UAVs for these Hellspawns. Now, Duke, unfortunately, does not have a lot of covering fire. Tremzik trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Tremzik actually destroying Gil, who was the mech that was very weak on that side. Duke doing their best to soak up the damage and put out the firepower. These Hellspawns, though, taking great use of the fact that they could throw the light PPCs and dip back into cover before those E-large lasers are able to punch them. Too much so. Jabovi taking a big hit from that fight. Right torso ready to pop. But there goes Gwentler doing their best to hamstring these mechs. Tremzik doing, again, a great job. Kastarion's guard showing that they're not out of this fight yet. They're making sure they're putting pressure on all sides, not allowing people to go. Unfortunately, Demon Hunter does indeed suffer a self-destruct, probably because of the heating of 4 large lasers on a poor Blackjack frame. Nisk is going down. No, Nisk is maybe hunting the Corsair is possible.
What, me to poo my pants?
Oh no, not pooing your pants. That's what's happening to some of these pilots. We got a Nova being shot out by the E-large lasers of the Spider 5e and Fritzer and the 3 E-large lasers. The Hellspawns are trying to go assist and trying to go help. I just realized you can't see the scoreboard. Shame on me. There's your scoreboard, though. Will this Corsair be able to be taken out? Will it be too late? Will they be able to save him? No! Nisk actually able to clutch that kill in that fight. Really good moves and plays from that team. The Hellspawn's legs are weak. They do have the light PPCs, so kind of keep pushing up. Grentler actually finishing off the Warhammer. The basement of the Warhammer was trying to at least deny the flip. Right now, the Capsa... Oh, we do lose the Fritzer in this one, so it's just up to Nisk and that Spider 5e. However, I think they're losing more of their mech as they move along. We have a pincer coming in. Javovi trying to cut them off before they can get too far. Small pulse laser is going to be doing a little bit of damage, even if the light PPCs and SRMs are missing, because Nisk is doing a great job showing those moves and actually picking up a kill in the process. And again, Nisk, all they really need to do is to keep denying points. Hopefully, they can separate this into a 1v1 situation. Trent Skit is, I think, almost, yeah, their left leg is open. Gwentler, I believe, is the one that is headshot. So, unfortunately, that 55% is not super accurate. But I do think that we have our first leg on the Spider. Nisk doing their best to just secure a little bit more and is taken out. Woo! That was fun. I like that. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that fight. So yeah, Kastarion's guard went for more of a mixed hybrid kind of build in order to try to stop what they were going to be working with, or like to take advantage of the fact that people are going to run E-large lasers, right? And so with light PPCs, you're able to poke and hit and duck back into cover in order to deny the returning shots and returning favors. I did like the Fangs Of Garmr use of their Spider 5e, running it so they can actually secure the cap game. And you can see the cap points did indeed matter. They're at 4 and 16. If they were able to keep that fight a little bit longer, that would have been great. That headshot in Zloa was painful to see. That would have been, I mean, that was a huge headshot and probably emboldened Long Fangs of Garmr to win that fight. But again, it's just the Hellspawn play. The Hellspawn play is what won that match for Kastarion's guard. Being able to put so much pressure, so much aggression. Duke trying to get away, but also not quite being able to get away to offer focus fire. And at that point, because the light PPC is doing so much damage, they were just getting pelted. Blackjack 3s, they can put out a little good firepower, but again, their frames are kind of weak when it comes to their, like, you know, how much structure and armor damage they can take. So it was actually kind of, it was kind of tough to see that kind of work out. I like the mobility, though, out of it. Like, they were able to kind of transverse to the other side and play around the entire edge, which I thought that was really good for them, too. Like, and I guess what I'm getting at is that both these teams are doing a fantastic job. They're keeping this entertaining. They're keeping it interesting. They're bringing different types of builds, different types of strats to the field. We get to see some use of this spine control over here from Long Fangs of Garmr. We did see a little bit of basement strat coming out of Kastarion's guards, but I think it kind of came down to just being out-traded a little bit by the Hellspawns. Hellspawns being a little bit more mobile and being able to put out a fire and not have to worry about having to be there for the FaceTime. So big, so huge. There we go. Next GG. Kastarion's guard taking another win for their team. All right, publishing stats. Once again, there you go, everybody. This is your stats, so please don't forget it. If you do forget it, well, hey, look at that. I kept it for you. And then let's see, big numbers coming out of Gwentler and that Hellspawn, 692 damage. Good work from all of them, actually. And then Long Fangs of Gilmore, that's a TV show. Garmr actually did 513, 611 with that Blackjack 3. Ooh, love to see that coming in the Blackjack. Definitely pull out their way. Zol, I'm not making fun of you, but 77 damage for a headshot. You did your best. Go for something that's a little more mobile.
Song of strength to boasting.
Oh yes, very good.
All right.
Yeah.
Everything. All right, here you go, Level. Whenever you see this, here's your joke. I'm pulling out my wonderful book of Dungeons and Dragons joke. What's the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer? Class. Yes. I had trouble believing the party rogue was stealing tavern placards, but when I checked his house, the signs were all there. Mom, yes. If you don't know D&D, none of these jokes are going to make any sense to you, so, lol. I accidentally cast Chill Touch on my friend, and now they're giving me the cold shoulder. That was all for Level, giving me D&D jokes. Now let's turn off this music, let's get rid of this, and let's move on to the actual action. All right, good old HBG, Satellite Dishes Online. Let's see what we got. So, Kastarion's Guard. Oh, actually, let's look at Long Fangs of Garmr first. So, Long Fangs, they're bringing themselves a Phoenix Hawk 7S, a Marauder 4L, 2 Fire Stars, another Phoenix Hawk, and another Marauder 4L. Ooh, I like that. Phoenix Hawks running snubs and ER smalls. Let's see it. Yeah, look at that. 5 small lasers, 2 snub modes, PPCs. Ooh, good decal usage coming out of this mech. Love the camo scheme. Leonidas, with the Franken camo scheme looking good. We have Gilly in that Marauder. Oh, okay, that Marauder kind of wins it right now. Duke Nito and the other Marauder for all, both running the 2 Gauss, 2 ER PPC. We're going to probably see the Fire Servers running the 7. Oh, we're actually seeing some light PPCs coming in. Okay. So we got 3 light PPCs coming to these Fire Servers with 5 small lasers, trying to see if they can do what Kastarion's Guard did, but maybe try to do a little bit better. Panther coming back out with, I'm assuming, the E large lasers, or excuse me, 3 large lasers. Now we have a Griffin 1N, 3 light PPCs, 3 SRM 6s, another Griffin doing the exact same thing, and guess what? Another Griffin doing the exact same thing. We have the Hot Motto 27W, I'm assuming this is for, yeah, the 2 ERPC, 2 light Gauss, trying to put shots on those Marauders far away, and another Hot Motto running the exact same build, I would imagine. Ooh, looking good. Those nipples looking nice and pronounced. We have the Griffins taking the Theta. It looks like a very similar idea and concept, but instead of having a Corsair and a Lamanche, we have a 2 Hogmanos 27Ws and 3 Griffins as opposed to the Hellspawns. We already have the Kappa grab. We have still mechs getting into position. The Marauder 4L is still getting into setup. Taking that high ground as opposed to taking this early one. I like that, so they can actually maybe deny some shots from afar. Now, those Marauders with a 2 ERPC, 2 light Gauss will have some pretty good range to put on these mechs. Now, the thing about these mechs is that the Hamados is that if you take out that right torso, what we're looking at right there, that's the light Gauss and the ERPPCs out of the fray. So peeking on the right could be a little scary because that's usually what's going to get shot first. Peeking from the left, though, can be really strong because you can get a little more value. And it looks like Long Fangs, though, knowing that the shots are going to be important, are focusing the right torso as much as they can.
Whoa, look at that guy go!
I'm just going to call it the llama. Llama Nenche? All right, llama Nenche. I've always already apologized for all the words I'm going to say wrong, so. Oh, speaking of words doing wrong, we already see some action going down. Is that Nisk is forcing off McCore. Leonidas and that Phoenix Hawk also trying to do so. The Griffins, though, trying to answer their heat. Leonidas won't know about this until the Griffins are on their face. CT'd open. That mech seems to be going a little slower than they would probably want. That is 3 Griffins and 3 Anger. Just pelting away and taking out Leonidas early. Will the trade be able to happen? Will they be able to clean up this Hadamato? Or no, they will not. Unfortunately, they are able to have to give up now. We'll say, though, that is 1 sniper off the ground. Then we have 1 more. We have the Marauders finally into a position where they can put out a decent fire on these mechs, trying to weaken them up as we go. Javovi dropping down to 85%. Rear CT almost caught from that. A few more good CT shots, and that mech will be a dead mech. Scarlet trying to get out of there. Leg focus is indeed happening. Left leg ready to pop. At least a few more salvos, even more so now. Those Phoenix Hawks trying to get away, but I guess they're not as... Well, they should be able to pull off, right? They have their... Oh, well, not their legs. Maybe I'm jinxing for you. I'm sorry, Long Fangs. I'm not trying to. As their second Phoenix Hawk is being bullied by their Griffin. There's no Overwatch fire coming in. Assist one. The only person who's kind of close is Nist. Nist getting some pretty tasty shots underneath the bridge, though. I got to give it to him. Scarlet doing their best to survive as long as they can, but it does eventually get taken out as the other Griffin by Trem Zek does indeed move up. All right, we do see some movement coming out of these mechs. Marauder Pharrell's again trying to put out what firepower, what damage they can. Looks like Gilly is now being the focus of a lot of fire because it's the same rinse and repeat with those hell spawns. Now it's the Griffins with the 3 light PPCs. The Goths and ER PPCs can put out a lot of punishing fire back on them, but those pop tarting and those the pop tarting maneuverability of these Griffins, they're gonna be able to take somewhat of an advantage over it. It is unarmed, so they do have to go a little bit higher to make so. They're trying to corral these fire starters in a position that they want to kill and hurt. Oh, unfortunately, Fritzer does get taken down by Gwentler. Gwentler moving in. Looks like we have both the Griffins and the Panther trying to get in to scratch this other fire starter mech out of the game, and they do indeed. We do have the Marauder Pharrell sticking up, putting out all the firepower they can. We have left torso open for this Marauder. We have this Marauder almost left torso open. Those Griffins and Panther are now going to be moving towards this ramp to start pushing up it to challenge those Marauders. Duke Nito, though, getting the kill on Javovi in that Griffin 1N, who was trying to be a little sneaky coming up this side ramp, this little dirt path. But here it goes. That side ramp was probably just enough to distract Duke Needle from the real threat that is emerging from this ramp. I mean, credit given to Nova and I guess Mechwarriors. They're trying to get different firing lines in order to punish them as much as they can. But here comes the Griffins. Here comes the onslaught. Will the Griffins be able to get in close enough before being taken out? Grendler dropping at 67%. CT focus seems to be the way to go for these mechs. Tremzik, knowing that they have the most armor, is trying to get in closer and closer. We do already have the side torso gone. Both side torsos gone. This one's already down, and there we go. Kastarion's guard bringing it back for their team. It was a little spicy match. I like the play that Long Fangs Garmr trying to force off the range mechs. I mean, Nova taking a beating out of this one. Looks like they were stripped down to 2 like Goss. Interesting that their left leg was taken out as well. My goodness, what a fight. All right. All right, so there's the match ID for everybody. There you go. Now let's look at the fight itself. Good damage coming to Gwentler at 639 damage. Oh, baby. Long to the Garber, they did their best. Looks like they're running for by Gilly. Actually, 736 damage. Unfortunately, those Phoenix Hawks didn't get a lot of value because they got picked up early, but Scarlet still able to put a bit of a punch in that last standoff that they had going on. Well done, well fought. I've been really enjoying ISC this season. I feel like that we've seen a lot of different stuff. Like every ISC that I participated, which this is my 3rd one, has been always different. Now, besides skill progression and just getting, getting different pilots into seats and stuff like that, it's kind of cool to see these different meta changes. And I think we should give a slight shout out to Cauldron and PGI for actually putting a lot of these changes in, because otherwise it'd just be good old stagnant MWO. I mean, Blue Blazers seem pretty stagnant already, but it's fine. I just want Brawl to be better, but and again, if Brawl was better, then let's suffer anymore. Maybe I just gotta become a better pilot. Anyway, so here we go with these teams. We have Kastarion's guard coming over here on the top side of the screen. We have a Nova and the Corsair 5T, a Dragon 1N, Fleece 17 coming in, another Dragon 1N, a Mauler 1P, and a Corsair 5T. So all Corsairs now officially being used. Let's take a look at these Corsairs. Love the look of these mechs. Baby. Look at them. They're gorgeous. So 3 light PPCs, 4 LB5s. Looks like they really enjoy the light PPCs. The 4 LB5s is really cool too. 2 light PCs and 4 LB5s coming with that Mauler as well. Let's check out the Dragon 1N. So they're running 2 UAC2s. They're running LB2s. They're running 2 LB5s with 2 light PPCs. Ooh, okay. And it's the Fleet 17 just doing the work, getting all the cap points, getting the down air and actually quick play matches, but being the win con nonetheless. All right, moving on to Long Fangs of Garmr, we do have ourselves a Nisk and also a Fleet 17 joined by Leonidas. Leonidas, loving your mech as usual. Pushing that mask a little too hard, though, so please be careful. We want you to be in this fight for a little bit longer. We have Dr. Kara Karas and their own Banshee Lamaninche, I think is what we called it. Love the look of it. We have a Battlemaster 1G. Finally, you see some Battlemaster 1Gs with the 60 large laser builds on both of them. And lastly, the Marauder Pharrell Gilly, always looking good in that Marauder. 2 Goss, 2 rare PPCs. All right, we see Kastarion's Guard actually making a play for the island early. They do secure their Gamma flag. Kappa is secured for good old Long Fangs of Garmr, and we see these 2 fleas already making a play for Theta. Going for early cap lead once again. Now, we didn't see any of the high terrain. This is still a spot up here that you could utilize, but with the island aggression that's coming out and more of the Docker push that's coming out of this, these mechs are not looking to range trade. They're trying to get in as quickly as they can. It's going to be up to Long Fangs of Garmr to see if they can punish him before they do get in too close. As those LB5s and light PPCs are going to be hitting roughly around 600 optimal. This range should be pretty close to that. Those ELR lasers are already well into optimal. Oh, that airstrike was so close to being a money shot. Unfortunately, it was not, but here comes the push. Kastarion, being a noble leader, is pushing across. Leg focus, it actually seems like we shots for opportunity. CT open, left leg open, and Fleet 17 trying to get in there as well. We do see the push is getting closer and closer. They're making great use of this stretch of land that they have before them. We see Duke Negro and that Battlemaster actually taking a lot of hits. Gilly being the focus for this fight. The 2 Flea mechs are back into it, though. They gave up on Theta and instead are coming in to assist with this push that we see across the field. We have Gilly actually being kind of bullied by this Fleet 17 now. They have to know that they're here. No UAV going out just yet. Going for a CT shot, which is not a bad idea because the CT shots is probably all their range or Docker pushes are going to be able to get. Gilly looked like he's going down here in a second. We do have the Fleet 17 doing great work actually catching up to that Corsair. Corsair CT'd open before even Gilly goes down. We do have one of the fleas go down as well as the Corsair over here is now the focus. It is overheating itself. Leonidas is having to play smart and having to play quick, but does indeed get legged and taking a fight with the trade towards McCor. And the rest of the fight is indeed stuck in. Duke Nigo is going down. It is a 2v4 situation. The Fleet 2, or the 1 Fleet 17 seemed to be enough of a harassment in order to control the pathing for these teams. CT open on Tremzik. Will Battlemaster Fritzor be able to get it or not? Looks like they're trying, but Tremzik is doing a really good job being like, that's cool. Yeah. Shoot me. That's fine. My flea is what's doing the work. And yeah, there we have it. What a push, though. What a solid push. Moving across, taking a lot, weathering the storm. The Corsairs were indeed the ones to get picked up because they're the ones that are in the far back. It makes sense that they were going to be picked up before they actually got in close enough. Almost made it, Nova. You almost hit that shoreline. The 2 Fleet 17 is definitely coming in helpful for Long Fangs of Garmr, but that 1 Fleet was able to tie up Gilly, put out some good shots, while Kastarion and I believe those Tremzik, they were actually able to put shots on it to finish out the killing on the mech. Gilly still rolling downfield, being like, I still can do this! I can still take Kappa! But not quite. Publishing stats, there you go, team. There's your points. Don't forget it. It's also going to be up here in the top left. If you forget, don't worry. Now, let's get that damage. Gwendler and that Mauler 1P, 919 damage. Ooh, baby. Very good. Very well. We also do have it in the very bottom, coming out of 611 damage by Dr. Kara Karas, that Lamanchi, putting in some hurt. But just, unfortunately, they were quick enough to make it good. All right, here we go. Going to the final match. We are launched. We're ready to go. 5 times short for Kastarion's Guard. Looks like they feel like they don't need it. Or they're going for something a little particular. Guess we'll find out. Music's hitting hard, but these mechs are going to hit harder, so let's watch that. Alright, here we go. Let's get into the fight. Let's get into the action. Alright, hopefully that ad starts where like you guys don't have to worry about anything. I don't know! Alright, so Fritzer bringing the Crusader 16 with the 12 small lasers and 2 7 PPCs. Leonidas bringing 11 small lasers and 3 large lasers. Mauler with the 6 AC5s. Other Mauler bringing a 6 AC5. Another Mauler bringing 6 AC5. A lot of DACA coming along Fangs of Garmr. Love to see it. And then moving over here to Kastarion's Guard, we see our Fleet 17 coming back in, looking good as always, Jabovi. We see a big push coming out of here, though. Nice start, 10 SP, 4 AC5, 1 heavy PPC, 4 AC5, 1 heavy PC, and the same thing again. And then the final Dragon 1N, running the 2 light PCs, 2 LB5s. And we have an Enforcer 5D, getting a little bit of scouting info on the right-hand side. 2 light PCs and LB5s. Let's see what these teams do. All right, well, we do have a little bit of scouting info. Looks like there is a little bit of positioning taken up over here. They are expecting some kind of push. It looks like they do get a little bit of a read because they probably, with their Flea 17 with Nist not spotting anything, they did go for Kappa, but haven't fully secured it. It actually is in Long Fangs Garmr's, it behooves them to kind of wait here for a second. Now, it looks like the Kastarion's Guard is doing the approach that I would take, and they're actually going to take this side push, either pushing over this... Oh, I got to catch this shot. Either they're going to push over this right here, or they're going to go over to the side. Let's see if they do anything special like that. Enforcer doing what they can, trying to put out what shots they can. I hear the movement. I think they're going over here, though. Hello? Hello? Alright, there's the dragon. God, this camo, though. Look at this camo. Kastarion's Guard. Always get, like, they get it on point. They go over here and be like, alright, what meshes in with the ground as much as possible? I respect that. That's really cool. And these bright reds or like that. I mean, I run my colors, like, I run all the colors of the rainbow on my mech, so never mind. Alright, here we go. We have the Yuntow and Langley actually taking a bit of a heat as the push is beginning. That seems to be the car focus for it. We have the Fleet trying to push on the left-hand flank. Yuntow actually holding back a little bit so they can get into the fire. Artillery strike going in to slow some of the tonnage and some of the fighting that's going on. We already see some pieces of that Mauler coming off. Nice start 10B by Kastarion also getting hurt. Anova getting in close with Dragon or Dr. Caracas. Strikes going out, nice strikes coming in. They do not, or they're not afraid of causing some collateral damage on those buildings. These Night Stars are, however, getting heavily beat up. Heavy PPC's gone for Kastarion. The other one has still got 1 heavy PPC, but CT'd open. Maulers are doing what they can. We do have a little bit of a push coming in this left-hand side as Dr. Caracas is doing what they can. Crusader is in, though. Will they be able to clean up this dragon before it's too late to take out a mech? Duke Nito's actually able to kill the Night Star in the far back. Well done. Look at that. Like, I love the camo. Like, you could almost barely see Kastarion with their mechs. Alright, so they were able to clean up the... Oh, the Mauler was actually taken on. Nova putting ring around a Rosa right now, while the rest of the fight is still going down. We have one mech in the far left being Duke Nito, actually being taken up by the combined focus fire of Tremzig, Yuntow, and Kastarion. That that dragon finally going down. It's down to a Crusader and a Fleet 17. A lot of firepower there. That CT is almost gone, and there goes the CT. Fritzer making the play. The Fleet needs to get involved as well. Looks like they're focusing on Yuntow. CT almost ready to go. Just one big shot. No, the overheat. Fritzer turn back on. Oh my goodness. And there we go. Long Fangs of Garmr getting it back in. We have a legged Flea open almost all over. This Crusader ready to pop. But what a nasty, or not a nasty, but like nasty isn't like that was sick, that was awesome. But what a brawl, or like what a push deck and what a receive to make this actually happen. That was good though. That was really good. I really like that. That was actually a fun fight to see there. I like the position that came out, like a Nova trying to get in there to tie up Dr. Caracas. I guess the comms coming at Dr. Caracas to be like, help! So that they actually had the Fleet and the Crusader. And funny enough, that Fleet and Crusader come over to deal with that and keeping that combined force is what sealed the deal, because at that point, there was a lot of beat up mechs. I mean, big shout out to Duke, Leonidas, and Gilly to actually put out enough firepower that the Fleet and the Crusader were able to clean it up, but it was such a close fight. Like, these mechs were, I'm like, look at him, look at that Crusader. That left torso being ripped would probably have XL checked and it was overheating at the very end. A good focus fire on Nisk, actually taking out the leg to secure that, hopefully, a win com for Kastarion's guard. I didn't get to see, so the Fleet 17 was actually one of the first mechs to die, I believe, for Kastarion's guard. So there you go. You know, Long Fangs Of Garmr being like, all right, you might be trying to kick our butts, but we're going to take a drop of you, and we're going to make you try to earn the rest of them. But that's still, that was pretty good. Really good fight. Really good teams. They really put in the stuff. All right, for the final published stats, there you go. Look at those IDs. Yum, yum, yum. You can pause here. And for the match stats, let's look at that damage. Duke NATO taking 724 damage on the Mauler MX90. Well fought, well played. And then we do have coming out of Kastarion's guard, not to be disappointed, close between Gwentler and the Enforcer 5D, and the Knights are 10P 671. Good job, y'all. Making it awesome. All right, that's it for me, everybody. I got a match, our official match tomorrow. I believe we're being casted. If not, I'll be streaming from my perspective with a 10-minute delay, so you can see what 2D20 and the lower divisions acts like, because I have formed a new team just to get more people involved in comp. Salvage Crew is still going as strong as they can in Division C, new division for them, so a lot of excitement to be had, and they have their match this Saturday as well. But alas, I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. No matter where you are, what's going on in the world, I'm doing my best to be here to keep you company, so thanks for doing the same for me. And y'all, take care. Later.